Samantha, welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. How's everybody doing? Stefan60, welcome in, brother. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. We're going to get started in just 1 second. I am setting up. Uh, My name is Vince with Truckers Unite now, and we are coming to you live from Victorville, California, inside my 2020 Freightliner Cascadia. My name is Vince. I'm with Truckers Unite now, also Trucking the USA Today on Facebook. You can go check it out. You can go check out We the Truckers. We the Truckers, guys. Go check it out. Go check it out. And thanks for being here. Here's We the Truckers. Okay, go check that out when you get a second. Um, yeah, I'm glad you guys are here. We are streaming live right now on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and X. So thanks everybody for being here. Tonight, we are going to talk about brokers. We're going to talk about trucking brokers. We are going to talk about truck drivers. We are going to talk about tolls. We are going to talk about taxes. We're going to talk about the American Patriot. We're going to talk about going to the White House, folks. That's right. We're going to talk about going to the White House. Um, Looks like I need to charge my phone. I will be back in 1 second. Don't go anywhere. Um, yeah, I'll be right back. I'm just telling a few people that I'm live. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Let's see. I'm live. I'm live. Bada bing, bada boom. All right. I'm coming back in 3, 2, 1. How's it going, everybody? Again, my name is Vince with Truckers Unite Now. And this live is for small carriers and truck drivers. We're going to start bringing people up in a little bit. I'm going to read you guys something here in a minute. And yeah, just so you know, when you are here, and yes, I'm talking to you, Facebook, X, and YouTube. When you are here, we want honest dialogue with you guys. We're gonna bring truck drivers up. Just so you know, this is a safe spot for everybody to come hang out. This is a safe spot to not get yelled at, not get disrespected, not get interrupted. You are safe here. That will never happen to you. So we want to know, we want to hear from truck drivers. What are the 3 things broken in trucking? What are the 3 things you would like to get fixed? What are the 3 things you would like to see get fixed in the trucking industry? Okay. Again, my name is Vince with Truckers Unite Now. I'm coming at you live in Victorville, California. I'm very excited to announce that we have officially dedicated 2 days. Thank you for the repost. We have officially dedicated 2 days a week that you can come and see us live. Okay. We're going to be going live. Cole Harvey, what's up, brother? Welcome in. Welcome in. What's up, brother? Uh, yeah, so we are dedicating 2 days a week that we will be live every single week, whether it's snowing, whether it's raining, whether it's hot, whether it's cold, whether I feel good or feel bad. Regardless, we are going to be here Tuesday morning, 10 a.m. Pacific, and we are going to be here Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific. All right. So mark your calendars. Every single Tuesday, you can rely on us. Tuesday morning, 10 a.m. Okay. For a minimum of an hour and a half to 2 hours. Sometimes we usually end up going live for 3 hours. That's what we usually do. Cole Harvey, you are so rad, dude. Thank you so much, man. I see you tapping that screen, man. I love that energy. Thank you, brother. How are you, man? I hope you're doing well. I got my DP with me, bro. Dude, I didn't even get any sleep last night. Load, unload, man. People knocking on my door. You know how it is out here. It's rough out here, man. Everybody disrespecting a truck driver. We ain't having it, man. We are uniting and we are clapping back. We are not going to allow brokers, insurance people, bad truck drivers. We're not going to allow people to take our industry from us, are we? We're not going to allow autonomous vehicles, are we? Hell no. Hell to the no. We ain't going to allow it. So, Vinny Batagucci 2.0, Truckers Unite Now, Trucking in the USA Today, Pastime for a Change, Cole Harvey. I'm talking about everybody. Ghost Trucker, welcome in, brother. We're talking about WeTheTruckers.com. Morning Coffee with Bob, Charlie Trucker. Dude, we are all uniting and we are not going to put up with this shit anymore. We are sick and tired of people taking advantage of us. So I'm going to tell you all a story what happened to me yesterday. So yesterday, I was looking on the load board. I needed a load. I saw a load going from Reno, Nevada to Long Beach, California. Okay. Those of you that know the LA area, you know what I'm talking about. Reno, Nevada to Long Beach, California. The load, I can't say what the load pays. And again, just so everybody knows, this is for entertainment purposes only. I am a freelance journalist, and everything I'm saying is my opinion and my opinion only. With that said, I can't tell you what the load paid, but let's just say it was $1,000. Okay, that's not the real amount, but let's just say it was $1,000, right? Reno, Nevada to Los Angeles. All right. Or Long Beach, I'm sorry. Then I called the broker. Hey, do you still got this load? Let me call you back. I got to call the customer, see if we have the load. So they call the customer. Then they call me back and they say, oh, the load is gone. But, there's always that but, isn't there? But we have another load, Reno, Nevada to Carson, California, which is only 7 miles away from Long Beach, but it pays $300. Hold on. Hold on one sec, guys. Hold on. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm coming back. And 3, 2, 1. Sorry about that. I had to do a text real quick. What's up, McConey Cone? What's up, David? How you doing, man? So let's say the load, and this is for entertainment purposes only, right? Right? So it was $1,000, right? So they say that load is gone, but they have another load that's $300 less. Now, but the old me would have taken that load, but I know the shadiness. They were trying to get an extra $300 off my back, my energy, right? My operating cost, trying to take that out of my pay that I earn for my family. Well, I said, no, I'm not interested. You know what the broker said? Well, what if I could give you the 1,000? Like the other load was. What if I could give you 1,000? I said, then I'd take it. And so I booked the load. So you see, this is the shady kind of stuff. People say, oh, brokers aren't taking a lot of money, blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. They just tried to scam me for $300. Now, that might not seem like a ton of money to some of you, maybe. But think about if they're doing that every 10 minutes. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Dude, that's $1,800 an hour that they can be scamming a driver, right? So this is the crap that we're putting up with. This is what we're fighting back against. Again, those of you that just came in, my name is Vince with Truckers Unite Now. I'm also with Trucking the USA Today and WeTheTruckers.com. Please go check that out. There are a lot of trucking advocates on this website. Go check out Pastime for a Change. Amazing website over there. I have checked it out and it's actually really amazing. All right. There's a lot of great advocates that are doing a lot of great things. What we're doing here, what I have realized my superpower really truly is I feel like, uniting people and not being a part of any one group is my superpower. I feel like I do better being, the family man, the one man, one truck show, right? I feel like I can make more of an impact for everybody by doing that and helping everybody just, not fight so much. So when you're here with us, okay, you are never going to be interrupted. You are never going to be disrespected. Nobody's going to call you names. Nobody's going to mock you. Nobody's going to put you down, or I'm going to disconnect them and get rid of them. And I want to bring something to everybody's attention right now. We have some moles. We have some spies among us. All right. This isn't a joke. I'm not playing right now. We have spies among us. So everything any trucking advocate says, I want you guys to go do your own research, please. Go do your own research, because what I am realizing, a few advocates that I thought were our friends are not our friends. They are not for small carriers. They are not for truck drivers, owner operators, or company, or lease owner operator, or lease purchase. They're not. They are a broker in disguise trying to waste your time, gaslight you, bury you in paperwork, and waste your time. Your very, very valuable time, right? That's the most valuable thing, is our time, y'all. It's our time. So let's use our time wisely. Let's unite wisely. We want to hear from drivers. We're going to start doing pastime for a change. Welcome in, brother. How you doing? Dealer, welcome in. Welcome in. Dealer says support non-domiciled drivers. They are also human. They deserve better life, the same life as you, I think is what you're trying to say, right, dealer? And you are absolutely right. Non-domicile are humans, of course, and they do deserve a good life. You are absolutely right. Now, the only time I'll argue that is, are they legal or illegal? Because I do agree with, most laws, and we have to be legal citizens, right? But either way, I agree with you. A man has to support his family. I don't knock anybody for trying to support their family, okay? That's not what we're about, man. We are about kindness and support here. We will never put down non-domicile, black, white. None of that shit matters here. If you are a truck driver, you are our family. If you are a small carrier, you are our family, okay? Again, there are wolves in sheep's clothing within TikTok, within YouTube, within Facebook, within X. I'm finding out the last couple days, man, there are some seriously serious, shady, damn people. All right, so we're going to do 3-minute rounds. I'm going to be bringing people up really quick. And then if you come up, if there's more than one person that comes up, please mic your microphone, and then we're going to go in order, okay? So that I can be respectful to everybody. All right, our first guest for the night. Who do we got? Where's he at? Where you at, KY? Did you leave already? KY, where you at, brother? Where you at? Where you at? Let's see, where's KY at? KY, I tried to bring you up, but you are lost. So I want to read something to you. You guys feel free to come up if you want. I'll read some of your comments. Username unknown says support illegal drivers, super ego. Well, I don't support illegal drivers. I do believe in the law. I get it. Men have to feed their family, but we do got to follow the law. Let's see. Yeah, I get it, dealer. If you're gonna keep spamming the chat, I'm gonna have to mute you. Okay, so please don't spam the chat. Oh, we got Mr. McCone. Mr. McCone. Let's see. There he is in the flesh. What's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you, brother?
I'm good, man. You got glasses on?
They're readers.
What are you doing?
Can't see nothing. I'm reading the Federal Registry of
Ooh,
1980.
let's hear it. Just so you know, though, I'm trying to burn through people fast tonight. So just try to be somewhat fast. All right, you're good.
Oh, it's like 6 pages, bro. This couldn't read it all right now. I will say one thing: we are a nation of laws and rules, and last I checked, they should be enforced. Just going to put that out there.
Well, and who creates those laws and rules? It's we, the people, right? It's 350 million Americans that are saying we want this law or rule in place. So we kind of have to follow what the people say, right? Yeah. So
apparently that doesn't apply to everybody for some reason. I don't know why, but
right. Okay, do you want 3 minutes, or you just? Oh, okay, you went somewhere. We're gonna bring up. Oh,
I was just sharing out the live on Telegram.
oh, thanks, brother. All right, well, what do you got for us tonight? Because I'm burning through drivers tonight. What do you got for us, Dave?
Well, I mean,
Hey, thank you for the money gun.
the
What?
same old thing, I've been hearing all these anti-activists talk about. They try and say we're all using Chat GPT, and I just encourage everybody to go get your FMCSA rule book, open it up to 49 CFR 371.3, And
Yes, sir.
read it for yourself, because ChatGPT did not write that. And then ask yourself, should brokers be allowed to break those rules? It's very simple. It's not ChatGPT. It's not Gemini. It's the FMCSA rulebook. And if you can go look and read that for yourself and commit it to memory, then you can have a lot of power when a broker tries to tell you, oh, no, you don't need to do that. You just need to do better. You're a bad businessman. That's all nonsense. And when it comes to contractual law, if you go look up USC 14101, there's section A, B, C, and D. And if you read those, it all says specifically for the shipper and the carrier, shipper carrier, shipper carrier, shipper carrier. It offers no contractual waivers to brokers whatsoever. They're not even mentioned in the whole part of the rule. So, and that's a law. That's USC, United States Code 14101. If you guys get a chance, go check that out. It's a very simple question. If brokers can write a waiver to waive the CFR codes that we have to abide by, then I say we write waivers to waive the whole green book. What are we following? If they're just rules that anybody can write a waiver to bypass, why aren't we?
That's right.
That's all I got.
That's right. All right, David. Well, thanks for coming up, brother. I appreciate you. If you want to hang out for a minute, that's okay. But I'm going back to my old roots, grassroots, and I'm doing 3 minutes a person, and I'm burning through folks. So, you want to hang out or you want to go?
Oh, I can hang out. I mean, whatever. It's fine. I'll hang out. I was just going to listen to you go on for a while.
Okay. All right.
Question.
Thank you, David.
If that's okay.
Yeah. You're up next. C Brown, how you doing, man? Welcome in.
Oh, not too bad. I've kind of followed you since you went out to DC and stuff and whatnot. So I've kind of followed you here and there and everything. But
Wow.
I've got a couple questions that you know that the FMCSA has come out with. It's kind of so. My question is the Chevron? Are you familiar with the Chevron doctrine?
A little bit. I'm not super versed in it. A little bit.
So technically, since that got overturned, wouldn't that eliminate these agencies' ability to make rules and law, their own rules and laws and stuff without the government or without citizen vote?
If commercial trucking wasn't a $1 trillion business, I would say yes. If we were talking about ice cream or straws or chairs or some other commodity or industry other than trucking in and of itself, that's what I'm learning is trucking being a $1 trillion business. There's so much corruption involved. A lot of these folks that either protect or write the laws or rules are their pockets are just getting lined, right? So what should be right is not happening.
What organizations are you talking about are writing other rules? Other like who are you
I'm talking about like the FMCSA. Because they just came out with they're talking about redoing e-logs and stuff, which technically are not legal. They're not law. They're just mandatory. They're talking, from what I heard the other day, is they're talking about rewriting or redoing their e-logs to fit older trucks pre-2000.
Well, past time for a change in the chat says it will not eliminate most laws that are on carriers, as it is law, not regulation made unlawfully.
Okay.
Yeah. Does that make sense or no? Thank you for the follow.
Will it not eliminate? Okay, it's not good.
I think if James, if you want to come up and answer that, I think James would be more qualified to answer that question. Or Mike, if you want to come up. Let's see.
If they don't make law, if they make rules, not laws, then why do? My question is instead of making it mandatory for everybody to carry an e-log, why don't they just sit there and take and make it to where, go back to the old school, if you want paper logs, run paper logs. If you want e-logs, then run e-logs. Don't force it upon everybody, and make it to where it's like a DUI system. If you screw up and get a ticket or you cause an accident or anything because of your negligence and you're not driving the way you're supposed to, then you get put on e-logs for like 30 days. If you get a second one, then it's 60 days. A third one, then it's a year. And if after that, and you get another violation or another accident, your license gets revoked and you can't drive truck again.
Well, hypocrites and double standards.
There's more accidents with e-logs than there are paper logs. That's the problem.
Exactly. That's one of my points.
Yeah. So here's the thing. E-log is not for safety. It's not to help us. It's not to make anything safer. It's to create revenue. It's to create data. It's for all of that. It's kind of like insider trading. It gives brokers an insight to where everybody's at, what everybody's doing, what everything's going on. They've got every bit of leverage from every direction that they could possibly ever dream of. And yet we can't even request transparency without hiring a freaking legal team as good as O.J. Simpson had in his trial. And it's ridiculous.
Well, and remember, C. Brown, I'll let you, James, you can take it after this. C. Brown, rules can change through each administration, right? Every 4 years, the rules can change where laws are permanent. Laws take an act of Congress and Senate to pass and to undo, which is almost impossible to get them all 535 people to unpass a law that's been created, right? So, James, with that, I'll let you take it away.
I'm going to say is that if you read the Constitution, Article 1, Section 8, Clause 3, I want somebody to show me where it says an owner-operator is required to follow rules of an unjustified and unconstitutional agency.
Exactly. They can't force it on us. It's unconstitutional.
Well, they force it on you because you allow them to. You believe there's laws. You believe there's rules. The problem is when they changed everything from 1980 going forward, I had a license before there was CDL. That whole thing was created to put you and I into a contract so that they could make rules over us. We have to break that contractual nexus. That's the right thing to go after.
Okay, so why don't we do this? Instead of, if we did like I know we've done trucker protests in the past, and we've had 2 or 3 groups or convoys go to the White House in DC. Well, the White House in DC, those guys, they're not going to do anything about it. We need to show up at FMCSA doorstep and tell them to piss off, and they have no reign over us.
We need to stop hauling freight for a month. And do that.
The bad thing is about that is nobody has the balls to sit there and actually do that.
Well, you're talking from your set, not from mine.
It's hard to get 2 people together for anything, man. It's hard to get anybody.
But you have to be willing to shut your trucks down. My trucks are shut down. I only do what I have to do because I'm fighting this freaking mess out in Nevada.
Right.
Because to me, the corruption is so far and deep that everybody's got their hands in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, no, trucks are parked. I'm not going anywhere. I do think.
Right.
Are you guys carriers, or are you guys, if you don't mind me asking, you guys carriers?
Well, right now I'm a company driver. I've tried to get my own truck and been screwed over the system by it and had to shut it down. So I went back to driving company truck and with one of the local guys.
Happy says in the chat, David, that Roger Armstrong is going to be arrested by RCMP soon. Whoa.
Well, I mean, that's crazy.
Wow.
Not really, but
That is crazy. All right. Well, go ahead, James.
Answer the other guy's question. I've been trucking since 1976. All right. I before there was CDLs, before there was everything. Then I ended up with a CDL, and then I ended up with my own MC number, my own DOT numbers, all that crap. And like the safety thing, you try to follow the rules. You can't follow the rule. DOT, when you pull in their bays, will tell you you cannot pass an inspection. We can get you at any level. That put a bug in my hat so bad that you have no idea. So I started reading that little green book, the big book. I started challenging things. And finally I said, you know what? I can't find one document under Article 1, Section 8, Clause 3 that says an owner operator is subject to the United States government in any agency form that we have been shammed into an adhesion contract. Period. So I returned 10 years ago all of my documents. I run without it now. The only thing I have is insurance. I don't even have a freaking license plate on my truck.
Told you, Sean. Told you.
Well,
Yeah.
Here's what people don't realize. There's been a lot of misinformation.
Can I finish? Can I finish?
Yeah. My bad.
I only had 3 minutes.
My bad. I thought you were finished. Sorry about that.
What I did was I sent 11 Western states a letter and a note and a demand to show authority. And if they don't answer, then you carry your letter. Here's what I have today. I roll up and haul grain up into Idaho out of a buddy of mine's farm. I haul his grain for him. I go across some scales heavy. I go across some scales light. It don't matter. They turn their head away from me, and I go rolling on through.
Yeah, I'm located in central Utah, so we're neighbors.
Well, and Utah's in the same boat with me. It's the same thing.
Interesting.
So the point is, you have to attack the agency from the state you're in, or go to the several states that you operate or do business, do everything by mail, this, that, and the other. I can go on for hours. I don't want to take this up now. But the point is, we have to start in our own pocket. As you said earlier, you got to have the balls to stand up and do your own thing. Yeah, you may go to jail once or twice. But the point is that when it's done, and you do it correctly out of the box, they got a problem, because you can show the judge, hey, they didn't answer. They have a duty to answer within 30 days. I sent a second letter. Here's all the information. Here's the stuff showing the proof. I did it again. They didn't answer. And the judge will throw you out.
You know what, James? If patriots don't stand up for what they believe in, though, like our forefathers did centuries ago, if people don't start standing up for what they believe in, something greater than themselves, something greater than their property or their money or their finances or their freedom, then you won't have any kind of freedom or rights. Am I wrong on that, or would you agree with that?
Well,
I agree.
They said if you have a constitution, if you can keep it, the only way you can keep it is enforce that wall of control between you and them.
Right.
Every contract you make reduces the wall, and that's what FMCSA did, was create a wall by an adhesion contract. And I said I want out of the adhesion contract, so I'm still fighting FMCSA because of the CDL racket.
See,
I handed back my original license, the chauffeur's license.
Hey, James.
Yeah.
Will you friend me? Because if you don't mind, I would like to pick your brain, here and there off on Facebook and stuff, if that's cool, with Messenger and everything, if that's cool.
I don't use Facebook.
Okay.
That's all. You catch me here and we can go on some other place and chat. There's a few.
And I'd like to, is there any way, do you have Telegram?
I have Telegram, WhatsApp.
We got 700 other drivers in a Telegram group. I would love to learn a lot of this, what you're talking. I haven't heard any of that stuff, but I've heard it about other things, but I haven't heard that about trucking. That sounds like it makes a lot of sense.
Right.
Well, I took that
Go to
book
my bio. There's a link for Telegram right in the bio.
in your
I'd love to talk to you in there.
That's fine. I started out by reading that dang book and realizing that the driver had no responsibility to assist in the inspections. Yeah.
Right. I know that.
I started reading that and I started attacking them and everything that went on there. I would get out of the truck. I would go sit down by the floor there somewhere out of the way, and they would like, hey, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. And I said, hey, guess what? I'm on duty, not driving.
Oh, I've seen your videos, bro. Have you had videos doing that?
No, I've taught people for the last 15 years to do that.
Oh,
there's a lot of people.
I've seen guys do that. That's awesome.
Well, I taught that.
Now, the thing is this information, so the knowledge that you just explained to us on here right now, there's so many, because of the big carriers and stuff like that, have brought these rookies, brought these seat warmers, these steering wheel holders into these trucks, and they've completely dumbed them down to idiocy. and they don't know a single thing. They don't know that they have rights. They don't know that they can fight back. They don't know all this shit, and they need to know it.
Well, they do, but here's the problem: they're just drivers. I'm talking more on the behalf of what the. I'm trying to get the follows going here. Sorry.
No worries. Hey, James, give me a second here. Hey, Dave, I'm gonna drop you out if you want to come back, no problem. But I only want to have like 4 at a time, and we got to burn through some people here so we get more people up. All right, brother. So come back around. All right.
You want me to drop or not?
No, you're good, James. You're good. Yeah, go ahead. C Brown, go ahead.
Okay, but like I was saying, I'm a third generation driver. My grandpa owned a fleet of trucks. My dad drove truck. I drive truck. My uncle drives truck, and none of them know this information to where they can fight back. They can go back after the FMCSA, but that's another thing too. Okay.
Do a class action lawsuit with the owner operators going after FMCSA. That is my point. That's where I want to go.
If we can get a big enough crowd, because if we only get a handful of people to join in on this stuff, it's never going to work. We need to get signatures. We need to get more people. We need to get more drivers. We need to get more. And the only thing is they've never been able to get enough drivers or enough people on board.
C Brown, let me just interrupt for 1 second. So that's what we're all about, is bringing truck drivers together. You guys are doing it right now. You guys are going to go follow each other. I just followed you. There are so many different groups that are starting to tackle this slowly. James is super knowledgeable. We just have to wake up together. We're all asleep. We're all looking at our phones all day. We're not talking. So we're stirring up the hornet's nest. We're trying to wake people up. We're all asleep. We need to wake up and be patriots and love our country and get these things back to where they should be. You know what I'm saying?
We need to get this stuff back. We need to knock back the insurance companies. We need to knock back the DOT, the FMCSA. They've got way too much reign on us and control, because, especially the insurance, it's not their job to tell. Their job to cover our trucks in case of an accident, not to sit there and tell us to fire a guy because he had one accident too much, because maybe he's in a bad slump or has a little bit of a bad luck. But he's a
That's
good
right.
driver.
That's right. Well, C Brown, hey, hang on, Ghost Trucker. Hey, Ghost Trucker, hang on. C Brown, I'm gonna drop you out, and we're gonna get some more drivers in. But did we answer all your questions?
Yeah, you guys.
All right.
I would love to join you guys on all this stuff as much as possible and help out as much as possible, because I'm on board with you. This stuff pisses me off more than anything, and I'm
Join us.
considered a new generation, and I want to change stuff back to way. Bring trucking back.
That's what we're doing, brother. Well, you're in. You're in. Right on, man.
Guys, and thanks for having me.
Yeah, okay, come back around if you want. Once Ghost Trucker goes out, if you want to come back, you can. I just want to. We're trying to burn through drivers so that like everybody comes up. You know what I mean? Get it really going. And C Brown, just so everybody knows, we have now officially dedicated 2 times a week at Truckers Unite Now. We are going to be live Tuesday morning, 10 a.m. Pacific, and Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific. So you can either see us Tuesday morning or you can see us Friday night. So C Brown, have a great night, brother. I followed you, and come back around if you want. All right.
Thank you very much, guys. Be safe on the road.
All right, brother. You too. All right, James. All right. Did you wanted to? I think I interrupted you. Was there something you wanted to finish?
Oh, we can keep hitting it as it goes. I mean, I can hang in there.
Okay. Perfect.
I know you got to keep the boxes open.
Yeah. No. If y'all hang out, I'd appreciate
I
it.
can hang.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll
cool.
hang out for a bit.
Sean, do you have anything, or can we give it to Ghost Trucker? All right, cool. Cool. Ghost Trucker, welcome in, brother. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm pumped.
Good.
We finally getting somewhere. We getting all the people united, all the drivers together. I feel like you guys were saying, not a lot of drivers wants to be in part of this, and think it's because nobody feels hurt until something of their property is being taken away. That's when everyone starts making an action or voicing out or speaking out. Until then, everyone is going to go their own way, and nobody's going to feel what is actually going on until they feel like something's really hurting us in the industry.
You are right, but here's my philosophy on that, right? Like when I went to the White House 7 months ago, I went there not because I wasn't making money, but because my pursuit of happiness is being threatened every single day. Everything I've worked hard for, Ghost Trucker, the last 20, 25 years, everything I've worked hard for is under attack right now. So is yours. So is all of ours. It's under attack, and we are slowly losing everything that we've ever worked for and are currently working for. So my philosophy is, you know what? I'm going to lose it anyway. I might as well go down swinging and try to save my pursuit of happiness and all of our pursuit of happiness. And you know what I mean by that, right? I mean an actual living wage. I mean true freedom. Enough of these permits and red tape and taxes. And it's like, dude, I can't breathe. And I'm over it. I'm over it.
We already
That's why I wanna-
regulated.
That's why I want to see two sets of class action lawsuits. One to the company driver, a man trying to make a living for his family, and then the owner operators, because they have the most to lose. They have thousands of dollars wrapped up in rigs and equipment. So that's why I'm saying there's got to be two pushes, two fronts.
That's right. I fully agree with you. Um, So yeah, so Ghost Trucker, so what we're doing here, we are creating a safe space on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and X. We are creating a safe spot that's 6 hours a week, 3 hours in the morning, Tuesday, 10 a.m. Pacific, and Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific. Carriers, small carriers, business owners, truck drivers, company or owner operator, they can come and they can be safe here and they can say whatever they want. Because if it's one thing I've learned in the last 7 months, there are a lot of wolves in sheep clothing that are disguised as trucking advocates, but they're shady brokers, shady insurance people, shady drivers even that are also brokers. You know what I mean? I'm not here for bad anybody, right? We want to get the bad people out. We want to get the weeds of the trucking industry out, and we want to keep good people here. Just good people that do their job well, that love this country, that want to keep the money within this country and not give it outside of the borders and waste it all. For crying out loud, I don't even have medical, right? Or dental. Do you? And I work 90 hours a week. What about you? I mean, most people I talk to, 90% of everybody I talk to, they don't have medical. But I can name three other countries that have I'm not going to for obvious reasons, but there's three countries that we all pay taxes so they can have medical. Their children have medical, but ours don't. And that's bullshit, and it's going to stop. You know why? Because the American citizen is the most powerful. Not the president of the United States, not Congress, not Senate. Everybody thinks like government is a god. Sorry, God is a god, right? Jesus is God, not the United States government. Now, I'm not saying do anything bad or harmful or violent or anything like that, but we have to gain back our power as American citizens and say this land belongs to us. These laws and rules, we make the laws and rules, not you guys. And you don't get to stuff your pockets anymore with a bunch of cash and break laws. Forget it. We're going to start calling out all the corruption. We're going to buildings and we're going to call them out. It is what it is. What do you think, Ghost Trucker? You want to join us?
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm in. Like you just
Awesome.
touched the subject of health insurance and stuff, and I look at
Yeah.
my paycheck. Yeah, I have health insurance, but that's 20% out of my check that I'm losing.
And
Base.
And that 20% you're paying for medical, brother, God forbid anything does happen to you or your family, you think your medical insurance, even the best medical insurance out there, Blue Shield, it's not going to cover everything. It's going to cover what, 20%, 30%? So you have a $600,000 surgery and they pay for what, 6, 12, 18, 24. They pay like half of it, not even 250,000 out of 600. So now you lost your house. Dude, you just worked 30 years for that house. You paid it off and now you get sick. Because let's be honest, when you're 50 and over, that's when the check engine lights start going on. You know what I mean? Am I wrong? I'm just saying. I'm 48. I got a couple check engine lights going on. So that's life.
No, you're 100% right, and I follow you already. Well, I'm in this, and we're in this together, and we're the people.
Right on, Ghost Trucker. Before you go, what are three main things in the trucking industry you want to see fixed? We're writing them down. Where's my pen?
Unity, obviously, we gotta be more. We gotta have more unity in the industry, less regulations, and the brotherhood in the industry that
Ooh,
we once had. That's it.
regulation. I love it, man. Brotherhood and sisterhood. Because we got a few women now. Brotherhood.
How you been driving for?
Me, I've been driving for 10 years.
10 years. Nice. Hey, well, thanks for serving this country and keeping the all the stuff that you're doing stocked up.
Yeah, no, thank you. And I'm grateful. I'm proud. I'm really grateful and proud to be part of the industry. It's the backbone of this country, and without us, nothing moves, and that's what we do.
You should be, Ghost Trucker. You're wearing an invisible cape right now. Seriously. You know, I think truck drivers are heroes. And I'm not saying I'm a hero. I'm talking about all you guys and gals because you suffer, you deal with all these regulations, making no money. The load doesn't stop, right? When loads go down, when the spot market takes a shit, do you just drive, 1,000 miles a week? No, you get the job done, right? During the pandemic. We get the job done, right? Regardless, whether they have the boot on our neck and we can't breathe, or they let us run wide open like they did in the pandemic, we get the job done. So with that, we're going to get back all our benefits. Not these shady people up in offices that are taking 30 to 60% of our earned hard money. Yeah, I said it. Ghost Trucker, thanks for coming in, brother. Okay. Thank you for all that you do for us. Seriously. Thank you. All right.
All right, I'll drop.
All right, brother. Come back if you want. Just so everybody knows, as we filter through drivers, feel free to come back up if nobody else is coming up in the chat. Cool Harvey, what's up, brother? How are you?
What's going on, my friend? How we doing?
Just another day. We finally locked down 2 times a week that we are promising everybody that we are going to be consistent. Come rain, shine, hot, cold, sick, not sick. We're going to be here Tuesday morning, 10 a.m. Pacific, and Friday night, 7 p.m. Pacific. So wherever you are in the country, if you want to tune in and see what drivers are saying, I have a feel. Look at this. There's 27 people in here. So see, dude, I have a feeling it's just going to get more and more popular, and I'm excited about that because we don't have a safe place to talk. We got snakes and we got wolves in sheep's clothing constantly coming in here. Oh, it's all your fault. You're fat. You're this. You're that. Enough. We're done. We're done with that. Yeah.
I'm glad you said that because this is what I wanted to tell, what I wanted to come on here and say. I watched a live today with Pastime for a Change, and Sean was in it. And I'm not going to say any of the others, but I'm going to tell you something. Pastime for a Change had an opinion, and I thought the guy was right. I thought he was dead on with his opinion, but the other guy, he was a broker. You could tell he was a broker. He didn't like what Pastime for a Change had to say, and everybody in that live except for Sean attacked this guy, and I know it, but I know they talked down to him, and I hate that, man. Everybody is allowed their opinion, and everybody should, we can agree to disagree. That it's as simple as that.
Right.
There
Right.
is no one right answer in this industry. So we really need to get together on what's really going on. So the guy, the one was talking about, he was following everybody. Be careful who you follow on here, because if you go into some of these lives, they will eat you alive if you don't know your numbers or if you don't know the correct answer to something. And not everybody does. Not everybody's programmed like that, but that doesn't mean that they are wrong. So be careful who you talk to on here.
That's
So
right.
that's all. That was all I wanted to say.
No, Cole Harvey, you hit it on the nail. You know, I've realized just in the last couple months that a lot of people I thought were really trying to help me uh, do better for the trucking industry, for small carriers and truck drivers, because that's who we fight for. That is who we fight for. Now, do we want to get along with everybody? Yes. Do we want good brokers, good insurance people, good mechanics? Of course, right? Like it is a team. But small carriers and truck drivers do the majority of the hard work. They take all the risk, right? They have all the anxiety. They're the ones most regulated with the boot on their throat, constantly stressed out. So, yes, they have earned a bigger majority of the pay cut. Dude, company drivers should be making 250,000 a year. And the money is there. The money is there. But too many people at the top are hoarding it all, brother. So you know, I've learned that what we have to be careful for of is people that are, if people are against us, then they're against us. They're probably a shady broker. Okay, there's some good brokers out there. And there's bad drivers out there, right? We want to get the bad out of everything, and we want to keep the good. And I'll tell you this, what I've come to a conclusion on is there's a lot of people out here that I really thought were my friends, and when people are ganging up on one particular person, be careful of that. Be careful, because naturally, as humans, we want to be with the group. So, yeah, haha, let's point the finger at that guy because everybody's pointing the finger. Well, did you even try to consider what he was saying or what she was saying? Like you were saying with pastime, right? So, you'll notice a lot of people, man, they're wearing a different skin. You know, they're lizards, and they're trying to waste our time, gaslight us, and bury us in paperwork. What do lawyers do? They bury you in paperwork for 2 years, right? You know why they do that? Because if they can slow you down for 2 years, they can win for 2 years. Their trajectory, you know, they can get traction for 2 years while you're stuck in the mud trying to get out on the street. Shit, they're already 3 states down the road. So that's what we've decided to do here. That's why we've decided to be consistent. I honestly didn't want to, because it is a big responsibility, right? I mean, that's going to be difficult sometimes when I'm loading or unloading, but we deserve it. We deserve a safe place where we can come in and say whatever the hell we want, and we are not going to get ridiculed. We're not going to get yelled at. We're not going to get made fun of. We're not enough, dude. We work too hard, man. We sacrifice our bodies. We sacrifice our families. We sacrifice. You know how many people are divorced because of the trucking industry? You know, and cheated on. You know how many truck drivers have been cheated on because of this industry? Nobody wants to talk about it, but it's the truth. You know how many truck drivers have unalived themselves because of adultery, because they were out here working their ass off, you know, and at home someone's lonely, but we don't want to talk about that, do we? Well, here we're going to talk about it. We're going to respect it. And we're not going to talk over each other. We're not going to interrupt each other. Or there's this fancy little disconnect button and mute button that we can use. Right?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to say, brother. I'm gonna drop out and let somebody else come up.
All right.
I'm gonna call you Monday. Okay.
All right. Real quick.
I appreciate you coming up. How long you been driving, by the way? Better ask that. Get that in there.
I've been driving 30 plus years, Sean.
Heck yeah. So what have you seen over the time that you've seen kind of change that kind of makes you kind of a little upset?
What makes me upset is all the brokers telling you they have so much money in something when the rate on it load it pays
is way more than what that broker's trying to tell you. What I don't like is I don't like two-faced people. I don't like that there's no broker transparency in this. I don't like that there's no representation in Washington for the owner operators. That's my biggest qualm. I don't like the foreign brokers. I don't like the non-thousand mile drivers that are here illegal. Sean, that is a rabbit hole, sir, that would take that I could sit here and talk about half the day.
Takes a deep breath.
That's what we're looking for is, the truth. And talking about it, trying to fix it. That's
Thank you
that's
for
all we
coming
can do
in.
is put a table together.
Thank you.
Everybody come and sit at it and have that conversation and see how we can do it.
Do you remember the live you was in earlier today, Sean?
Oh yeah, I remember when they were sitting there bashing him down pretty hard, and I was just like, dude, you guys are it's horrible.
Yes, sir. That pissed me off pretty bad.
Yeah, and I see it all the time, like tons of times, and I'm just like, guys, his voice matters. Your voice matters. Mine matters. Anybody's voice is in it. And when you're trying to silence somebody, that's where you draw the line and say, you know what, we got to fix the problem. No one should be silenced.
Right.
That's right.
All it takes is one person to come up with the right answer, and that might be the right answer. That might be what we need. I mean,
So
you
cool, Harvey. When I went to DC, when I was a desperate man, I was all alone. I'm going to try to talk to Trump, right? Like actually thinking that he would talk to me. I really thought he would. I thought, you know what? Why wouldn't he want to talk to a blue collar man that works 90 hours a week, that's doing everything right, following the law, has a beautiful family, just doing everything right. I'm not saying I'm perfect or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, I thought, you know what? Why wouldn't he want to talk to me and hear about all this corruption? That's what was in my mind. And when I went to DC, you know what I noticed? I had 90% haters, and there were only 10% of people. By the way, pastime for a change. He was the very first person, the very first driver or owner of small carrier that like actually helped me and was trying to teach me, not calling me stupid for not knowing civics, because I didn't at that time. I mean, dude, it's been 30 years since high school. I don't remember, 435 Congress members and 100 senators. I forgot all that shit. Like, what do I need that for? I know it now, but like, why do you have to put people down? That's what people did. Like, that kind of courage and bravery, and I'm trying to do something for everybody, and all people would do would, oh, you need to support your family. And I go, no, that's wrong. That's why I'm spending $1,000 to come here. That's why I'm taking a day off and losing another $1,000 a day being here, because what I'm doing right now ain't working. I know you got, dude, I was just listening to a live like 2 hours ago, and this guy came up and he literally said, all these people complaining about working 70 hours, they're lazy. That was his exact wording. Everybody complaining that has to work 70 hours is lazy. No, it's dumb. I'm sorry. I don't want to work 70 hours a week, if I'm being honest. I love driving trucks. I do. But it's not fun anymore. It's not fun to work 90 hours a week. It's not fun to give my entire life to work. I want to go to the beach, dude. I want to go fishing. I want to play Barbies with my daughter and Hot Wheels with my sons and romance my wife for a weekend. And, I want to be an American. I want to have a hamburger at a barbecue with friends and, go on vacation once a year. But no, I'm lazy, and it's all my fault if I say I want those things. So those are the people, we're not talking to them anymore, because I've realized the people that are against us, they're the ones, bro, making 30 to 60% off us. They're the ones, bro. That's why they're talking shit. That's why they're trying to gaslight us. They're trying to ruin our traction, and they see the light and they're trying to extinguish it. But it ain't gonna happen, bro, because God's more powerful than all these suckers. Okay? And I work for God. I don't work for man. I don't work for myself. I work for the man upstairs. So whatever happens to me happens to me. I hope I know where I'm going. I don't know if I'm going there for sure, but you know, um threats, all that stuff, who cares? Whatever. you know we got to do something. This is too much, dude. And you and I talked about this at MATTS. it's it's
Would
ins-
you say like could you say like 10, 15 years ago, when you were working, it felt like he had more money than what now, like in the last couple of years? Could you see a difference, like a change?
Is that even a question? I mean, because really everything was cheaper back then. Yeah, I was making more money. I had more money in my pocket. I mean, as far as numbers, no, I wasn't making better money back then. I was actually making a little less money, but pickup trucks weren't $70,000 back then. An acre of land wasn't $8,000 an acre back then. You know, groceries wasn't near as what they are now. You know, I was just telling somebody earlier today, I remember going to the grocery store with my grandmother, and she would spend $100. She had one of those big Ford station wagons, and it would be full from the front to the back with groceries for $100. So your question, yeah, I had more money back then, but I mean,
Your dollar
you know,
stretched though
everything's
too.
ridiculous now.
Yeah, your dollar stretched.
That was a well answered. That was a well good answer.
I've noticed that the dollar has stretched less over time, that I've made more money.
So,
Right.
all right, cool. Cool.
And the taxes.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Sean said that this made a good point. You're right. There wasn't as much taxes back then. Like IFTA wasn't even a thing now. And I don't know what y'all are paying a quarter for IFTA, but man, I bet I pay like $2,800 a year in IFTA or better. You know, so yeah, you made a good point. Taxes weren't near as bad back then as what they are right now, and the regulations are.
Bounty taxes is the cost of parts, tires, fuel, insurance. All of this has literally. I started trucking in 2016. 2016, the rates were like what, $1.90. That was high, and a Porsche tag was like $1,200. Now Porsche tags are like $2,400.
Wow.
And if you go off IFTA, you're paying too. I'm paying a little less because I try to fuel in every state something. I put 20 gallons, 40 gallons in every state, and I've been dropping my IFTA for that.
So, sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead. Sorry.
Like me, I've noticed in the overall, from being a mechanic for 13 years, became a trucker for 10. I have multiplied my income over the time of 10 years, and it's still hard to catch up with life. It's still hard.
Right.
And I gone through already one divorce.
Well, and that's the name of the game. That's the whole part about being a trucker. You got to cut it where you can cut it. It doesn't matter if it's $3 or $300 in a week.
Facts.
Every little bit helps.
But we shouldn't have to do that. We shouldn't have to be looking, we shouldn't have to be spending 8 hours to look for the best tire deal just to get to next week's paycheck, right?
8 hours. You're talking about 2 to 3 weeks looking for the best tire deal.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. We I understand it with fuel. Yeah, fuel, insurance, whatever, but we shouldn't be having to use coupons every single day just to be able to pay our cell phone bill, right? But that's what people will say. Yeah.
I went from semis to hotshot now. And my last truck, I could do an oil change under $340. On these new 2025 Rams, just in oil filters is $400. Oil filters. And then when I found out, when I bought my first set of filters, when I did the first oil change on this truck, I'm already on my third.
Wow.
It was from Fleet Guard. Fleet Guard makes the filter. I found them online for half the price the dealer was selling me the filters.
Wow. See, doesn't that grind your gears when you find stuff like that out? And yeah, don't say it on TikTok. Yeah. I don't want to wake the lion up.
Man, I buy my filters 6 months out. I have enough filters to get me through 6 months oil changes.
Yeah, but when you get a new truck, everything changed. Like the 25 Rams, they changed everything. Everything is new under the hood. And I didn't know. So when I went to go get the first oil change done, because I don't even take it to the dealer. Why? The dealer wanted $1,100 for an oil change.
I go, okay, let me go to the parts guy. Hey, parts guy, how much for an oil change kit? Oil change kit. I'm like, yeah, filters and 3 gallons of oil. Oh, it uses this oil, the special 1030. Oh, and these are the filters. Okay, how much is the total? $600 for oil and filters. Mind you, I'm still doing the labor. I'm like, so the dealer charges me $1,100 to do this whole job. There's $600 in parts and another about $500 in labor to do an oil change. So I go to the house. The filters bring you a full procedure and instructions on how to do your oil change because there is a step to this. To the
Sure.
works.
Sure.
And I get it done myself. 2.5 hours later, I'm like, okay, saved myself $500. Wasn't that bad. I'm a little dirty, but whatever. I saved myself $500. Then I went online. Okay, I gotta find this a little cheaper because this is expensive. Found oil and filters online, and it's cost me about $320. Okay, now I saved even more. So I bought like 4 months worth. Well, 4 oil changes worth. And I spent like $1,000 something on all of this. And I'm like, okay, now I just do it myself.
There you go.
Crazy, but you know what's crazy? So I drive a Ram 5500. There isn't a Ram dealer near me where I live who likes to service these trucks. Period. They're too heavy to put on their lifts.
Somebody wants to know in the comments what that filter number was, because you raised a good point and it's out there.
Man, I have it somewhere here in my truck. I hope I have it there in my shop because I have them hanged on the wall like art. But I'm at the house right now. I'm all the way in South Dakota. But
They can get it from Fleet Guard though. They can get it from Fleet Guard.
you can get it from Fleet Guard. You can get it on Amazon too.
Okay.
You gotta get the part number. If you even call, well, the dealer gives you a different.
Nice.
Fleet Guard should know the crossover. If you call Fleet Guard, they'd know the crossover anyway, is what I would think.
That's right. Well, drivers, small carriers, if you guys want to come up, the floor is open. 83, what are the 3 things in trucking most important to you that you would fix if you could snap your fingers and talk to all of Congress and Senate right now at the Capitol? What would you want to fix?
The first one, the most important one. Let's get government out of trucking.
I like it.
That includes politicians who are invested into these companies. Not only just government period and regulations, but government. One.
Okay.
Number 2, a little bit more transparency for what I called, like spot market load. A little bit more transparency, maybe a cap to brokers.
Can I say something on that real quick? So a lot of people will push back, right? And say, oh, why would you want to cap brokers, because trucking brokers, because, it's a free market. It's a capitalist society. Well, then why did Trump just cap credit card APRs to 10%? Why are realtors capped? Why are lawyers capped?
It's very simple. Hey, it's very simple. You don't want to cap brokers? Realtors make them pay cargo. We only pay liability.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's cap brokers.
Yeah.
For real. And the last and final thing is,
Okay.
make it, I don't know, make the accessible life of the trucker better. We should not be out here for 28 days, 30 days, and be home for 4. What is that? What is that? These company drivers, I feel bad for you that they tell you these things. This is not a normal thing to do. Do not do that. Go home. Work a week. Go home 3 days. Go back on the road a week. Home 3 days. And this living out here, it's horrible for your health. Let's start there.
Truck drivers have an average lifespan.
Precautions definitely can be. I had to learn the hard way.
Yes, and exercise, please, guys. Like if I'm gonna add a 4th thing,
You have to exercise.
go out.
You don't.
Go out of your truck. You stop for your day. Walk 40 minutes. We suffer from the biggest issue ever. It's the silent killer, heart attacks. We need to get our blood flowing. We're sitting all day long. I need more of you guys to get out there and walk. It's shame. Just go out there and walk. Please.
Don't forget cortisol. Don't forget the cortisol that is constantly flowing, the adrenaline flowing, because you're looking at a clock, you got problems at home, your wife and kids need stuff, your mom, something happened to your mom, you're 5 states away.
Supplements that can help with that, and that's a big
I don't know about.
I didn't know that.
trucking
I-
is
I'm-
a big part of stress.
I'm from the woods. Like I live in the woods of Georgia, so I'm always outdoors. But as a hotshot, I do flatbed, so I'm always active. But I always even walk. I'm always. I get out of my truck, like I'm done for my day now. My next hour is gonna be walking for about 45 minutes. Shower. Hey guys, showering every day is a possibility. It's not hard.
Yeah, there's a lot more gadgets available now to help with hygiene.
Hygiene is easier. Go walk, go shower, get a good night's sleep, and get on that road. And please keep the tires on the ground and keep your soul alive.
I love it. 83, thanks for coming in, brother. Thanks for everything that you do for us and you do for this country. We really appreciate you, okay? Thank you for everything. All right. All right.
Congress or anything, let me know. I'm down to go.
Will do. Go follow all these guys too. Listen, everybody, go follow everybody that you meet and come into contact with. Follow them, because if you don't follow each other, how do we unite? If we don't follow each other and our videos aren't popping up. All right. So
I like this channel. This is good. This is good stuff right here. This
awesome.
is what we need to do, guys, as a collective.
So also 83, before you go, thank you, Frontier. Before you go, we're gonna do permanent lives every Tuesday morning, 10 a.m. Pacific, and Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific, a minimum of an hour and a half to 2 hours. Most of the time you can ask Sean, they usually go like 3 hours, sometimes longer because they just do. But we're burning and turning, dude. Yeah.
So most likely I'll get the chime, like
Right.
the notification for it.
Awesome.
So like that I'll know.
Awesome.
Fridays are a little erratic. I do specialty loads, so I'm everywhere.
Awesome. All right, brother. Have a great night. All right.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Bye-bye. All right, everybody. That was 83. Go follow him. Awesome driver. Awesome driver. Die Hard. Welcome in, brother. How are ya?
Hey, what's up?
What's going on?
No, I'm just hanging out for the night. I'm gonna be getting ready tomorrow to go up towards Minnesota. I gotta get orientation done at Cook Trucking.
Oh, okay.
Starting as company driver with them. So hoping everything goes well.
Nice. Nice. And we'll hope with you. We'll hope with you. What do they do? What do they specialize in? Is it just dry van or?
So I'm gonna be on a Conestoga division hauling like industrial AC units specifically.
Wow.
So
Hey, let me.
I've hauled a lot of those back when I used to drive for long haul trucking out of Clearwater, Minnesota. So I'm pretty familiar with the account because Cook was the other carrier that was on that account besides us. We were the more of a secondary carrier. They had more primary status on the contracts for it. So
Okay.
you know, I tried to come home and be local for almost the last year, and I just can't find a solid position that makes good enough money or that has the policies that I can agree with, because there's like a lot of our so I'm gonna be working on. I'm not gonna like really broadcast too much though about the company, but whatever. Just because I don't want the issues.
Right. We try not to.
But that's my friend. Stop saying where you're at. Dark and Sage are still following the webpage. Me, you, and everybody else. Don't tell nobody nothing. You know better.
Yeah.
Are we talking about companies, right?